Wendell Willkie once said that education is the mother of leadership. But what if the education is imparted by management experts and leaders themselves, and that too related to emerging technologies? It's definitely a value addition, isn't it? So, and that's the motto of SheFab's seminars and webinars. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Soumya, Joint Secretary of SheFab. Welcome you all to today's SheFab's webinar. Before I take the pleasure of introducing today's guest speakers, I would like to wish all the Nigerians happy Independence Day. And also, please allow me to express my gratitude to our SheFab's president, Ms. Shelly Fantastic, Mr. Sindhu Bhaskar, co-founder of SheFab, Ms. Madhupe, Vice President of SheFab, Ms. Joanne Brooks, Joint Vice President, the lady who always puts in great efforts, Mr. Saurav, an all-rounder, Ms. Philippa, Treasurer, Ms. Achya Neela, Secretary, and the entire SheFab's team in planning this webinar. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to listen to all our guest speakers. So hope you're all too. We all know that Web3 is the buzzword today. Our first guest speaker is Ms. Zaara Goraya. She will be enlightening us on the topic marketing in Web3. Ms. Zaara is an amazing businesswoman with years of experience in emerging technologies like crypto, Web3, Metaverse, etc. She's currently the CMO at StarMetaverse. She's also a board member of Fintech and Blockchain Association, that is SFAB in short, and also the director of global growth at United Africa Blockchain Association. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Zaara Goraya. Hello, Ms. Zaara.
Hi, thanks for having me today. So should I start?
Yes.
Okay, so hi everyone. So I'm Zaara, and I think Soumya has given me a very good introduction. So that's basically who I am. Thank you everyone for having me here today. It's really nice to see faces I've seen all over LinkedIn today, like on a Zoom call. So it's really nice. Okay. So today my topic is gonna be on marketing in Web3. So as we know, the world has taken a whole turnaround. Since last year, what happened? Two years ago, COVID started, and with that thing, I think Metaverse has been a topic which has started emerging. And then we had NFTs, which became very, very popular last year, and things were just went really high. And then this year, things started slowing down. But then in this year, the Metaverse has taken a great start as well. So the impacts of COVID has brought us to here. That's what I believe myself. So at the moment, I'm a CMO in StarMetaverse, as you guys know. So it's a metaverse for business, entertainment, and gaming. Okay, so let's talk about marketing in Web3. So, to do marketing, there's a couple of ways to do things. If you want to do a full-fledged marketing, obviously it's more lengthy process and stuff, but you should have a couple of basic things that you have to do in any project. Okay, the first thing being doing your social media. So it's very crucial to do social media. If you have a good budget for managing social media, go for it all. You have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have so many other things that you could add on. But if you're going on a basic and necessity, just focus on Twitter, and I think you've got a good audience on Twitter when it comes to this field. Okay, then we've got PR. PR is super crucial. Okay, when we talk about PR, we're talking about articles, we're talking about writing content, number one. I believe in content should always be written by someone from the team itself instead of handling over to anyone else, because you are the only one who knows best of your own project. So even if you can't write well enough, the points should at least come from the project people instead of giving a free hand to others. Okay, so that is my first thing that I would always advise people to do. So you could do publish articles. So you can do articles and then you can publish them in tier one publications, but obviously they cost quite a hefty bit. But a channel like Cointelegraph or Coindesk, the audience that comes to the channel is very wide. So if you have a budget for it, go for that. But otherwise, you don't have to stress yourself out too much. There's many ways. You can opt for Medium. Medium will be a self-blog within the company. You write, you publish, it's free of cost. At least it gets something out there. And together with this, press release is also very important. So start garnering partnerships and start doing press releases of partnerships you can do, of any updates or any major thing that you think is happening in the project. That is something you should look at doing. Okay, then we've got something which is very heavy in the market these days is Discord. I'm sure a lot of you have listened about Telegram and Discord, but if you can do Telegram and Discord together, it will be awesome. But if you're focusing just on one community outreach method, then focus on Discord. Discord has many ways to do things, and it's quite secure, I would say. And there's so many bots these days that you could install to increase and enhance your security. So always and Discord, the one good thing about Discord is you can host AMAs on there, you can host people talking in voice, people can text, you can have sessions where everybody comes together and put in their opinions. So it's quite amazing. And if you guys are in Web3, then you've heard this term called DAO. Okay, so decentralized autonomous organization, where people say in a metaverse or in a project, if you're a part of a DAO, you have to vote for certain decisions to be made. And Discord has been an amazing medium to execute this. Okay, so this is one of the most important thing that I would say. And then we've got forums. So there's a couple of forums. You can go, the forums are, to be honest, they are free. It's just a matter of you putting time and writing, finding questions that you could answer and relate to your project. That is the best way. So we've got Reddit. I'm sure all of you have heard of Reddit, and Reddit is an amazing tool. Like there's a couple of Reddit forums that you should follow and keep on engaging with. If you do it every day, trust me, there will be hitbacks for sure. There will be definitely someone saying something or asking something or anything like that. Then we've got forums like Bitcoin Talk and Crypto Talk. They are some of the big ones. Okay, there's obviously more to this. There's probably another 20-25 good forums, but if you want to focus just on minimal, stay on Reddit, stay on Bitcoin Talk and Crypto Talk. It will give you a very good amount of exposure already. Okay, then we come to influencer marketing. So influencer marketing is a very big thing these days. Yes, a lot of influencers do charge, and I'm not gonna say they charge cheap. If you're going for a very big influencer, they're gonna charge you a lot. Okay, but focus on micro influencers. If you're starting off, you have a limited budget, focus on micro influencers because you need to get your word out. And the best way by doing any project is marketing. Having a project, having the best project in the world, but not having any marketing to execute, you will not go anywhere. So what I've just shared with you is very basic marketing that you should do. There's obviously more to this. You can do guerrilla marketing, you can do mega shillings, you can do bounty and airdrop management. So if you have tokens, so instead of trying to reward people with cash in hand, reward them in tokens if you actually have a project with tokens or NFTs. In this way, they at least feel appreciated and they have a reward for something. See, at the end of the day, everybody wants to be incentivized for something. The reason why Metaverse has come into play very heavily this year is because we are seeing such a shift in a trend, such a shift in things. So talking about the Metaverse Assembly that just happened in Dubai 2 days ago, okay, Dubai's Ministry of Economy has said that Dubai used to be a seaport, and then they transitioned to airport, whereby, as we all know, Emirates fly all over the world. They have really connected the dots around the world. And then we've got so now what they're saying is now we're moving to a place where we are calling it brain pot, because you know there's so many things that people can do. You can get into the metaverse and you can actually do things possible from your own living room. How amazing is that? So one of the bits that came from the Metaverse assembly was from Emirates, which I really liked actually, and that's why I'm sharing here. Okay, I'm a little bit off topic, I know, but yeah, like Emirates said, in order to train cabin crews, they need to have the Boeing setup and everything, like the planes. So what happens is in the metaverse, you could do the training just from home. You just have to plug in your VR glasses, get into whatever they're supposed to do, maybe a haptic glove or whatever tools they have, and you can do your training on board and everything. So I think it's very amazing. So, coming back to marketing in Web3, okay, marketing in Web3 is really not hard. If you put all your tools in place, if you put all your strategies in place, you have the whole month, and have a calendar, go it month by month, because I think it's easier, or week by week if you prefer. Put in when are you going to do things, so everything is segregated and you have better management. And another thing that you should focus on is having AMAs. So AMAs, these days you can do it either on Discord, you can do it on Reddit, or you can do it on Twitter Spaces. It used to be very popular in Telegram, and it still is. So if you find good Telegram groups, go for it. Have some good AMAs at least once a week. It will really boost your presence to a large community which is already existing. See, in order for us to bring in new crowd, it will take some time. But there's already existing communities, because crypto and blockchain has been around for a while. I've been in this industry since about 2017 around, and I've seen it grown so much, and people have started understanding a lot of things comparatively to before. Yes, everybody got into crypto, Bitcoin in 2017 when it went really high, and suddenly it just went boom, and it was quiet. But people who believe kept on believing and kept on growing, and we saw what happened. We saw things keep on evolving. We saw emerging technologies just keep on moving. And I myself am in Dubai at the moment, and looking at how the royals families have actually put a foot in and say, metaverse is the way to go. I think it's a really nice start to things actually. So it has boosted a lot of people, and you see a lot of crowd coming here at the moment, because this country is being a little open. And on the other hand, having a metaverse is also like an extension to the global economy. So when we talk about I'll go back to education as well a little bit. So education is super important. A lot of people are still not well versed in this field, talking about just blockchain as a whole, talking about crypto, talking about NFTs, and then now you're already at metaverse. There's so many elements, and there are many people who actually don't understand blockchain as a core. So, like with UABA, which is my group in Africa, what they're doing now is they're actually they've joined hands with Zambian government, and they're actually doing seminars of teaching people about blockchain, the core of blockchain. So they are moving slowly, because I mean every country has a different way of marketing again. When you're going on a global scale, it's different. When you're going country targeted, it's different. So you need to know your audience. If you're targeting in an Asian country, then you have to look at the demographics. Have to look at what people do understand and where you're gonna go from there. So it's quite important to also have that. So it depends on where you are in your project. But the few things that I mentioned, PR, social media, Discord, forums, influencer marketing is really, really crucial. And then when it comes to education, we ourselves as a project, educating about our project is one story, but then educating about the whole overall thing, because you want to bring people who don't understand into this project. And me, I'm a person who's more on educating as a whole. I don't really mention my project as much, comparatively to be advocating for people, hey, you need to learn blockchain, you need to learn crypto, you need to learn the good side of things, the bad side of things, you need to learn everything, because that will help you in determining your best choice in things. So I prefer people who actually wanting to learn the core. I mean, a lot of people want to come in for the financial benefit. I don't blame them. Everybody wants to invest and get a big return. But the 2017 has seen a hike in that. And so I believe people have taken a little bit of caution now and say, whatever it is, do your own research. You must always do your own research. Check out team members, check out the project, check out the people behind, check out the people who's backing it. That is super important you know so yeah, I think I've covered pretty much what I wanted to cover, so maybe we can get on to some questions.
Any questions?
Any questions, people?
Hi, Shelley
Hi.
here. Hi
Hi.
there. I would just love to say, this is, been so informative and so interesting, and I know our audience will, find it very, very helpful. Such great suggestions out there. So, if I hear Discord is, a great platform. Just there are a lot of great things about Discord, and I've used it myself as well.
Yeah.
However, I also hear some people find it difficult to it's not very user friendly or whatever, especially for a newbie.
Yeah.
So would you recommend an alternative? Is there something out there that's perhaps a little bit more user friendly, that kind of offers similar sort of benefits? You know what I mean?
Okay, Telegram would still be a better option for newbies. So I still advocate for Telegram. I myself prefer Telegram over Discord. But one thing that I saw about Discord was you could arrange things, you could have different folders, you could go into more deep. Like you can just say, this is for education talk, this is for token talk, this is for problems, this is for general talk. You could actually arrange things. That is where Discord came in handy and became more popular. But on the other hand, Telegram is a very easy method to use, because all you need to do is, if you have an important post, you just pin it up. So when we go in, if you really want to read something important, you just read the pins at the top and you will get updated about all the major updates, and you don't have to go through entire chat or whatever people are saying. So that is why Telegram is more how to say, more popular, and people host a lot of AMAs on Telegram still.
Yeah, fabulous. That's a great answer. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. Anyone else for any questions? No.
I think that's just been super informative. It really, really has. And, definitely, I found that really interesting and enlightening. And I suppose one more question from my side. If you could share with our audience a little bit more about, I think you mentioned Reddit earlier.
Yes.
So perhaps if there's anything more you can share about that, and then, I'm happy to, that'll be my last question.
Okay, sure. So we're talking about Reddit. Reddit is a very informative forum which has covered many topics. The reason why we are talking about Reddit is because it's crypto friendly. So you can talk about crypto, you can talk about blockchain, you can talk about any open topics on Reddit, and it's acceptable. And people are actually a little bit more, how to say, they like to query, they like to question, and it gets you going. So that's the one good thing that I see about Reddit. So you go into Reddit, then you find subreddits. Basically, subreddits is like mini lounges with a separate topic. So I could have one of my own, and I could just name it Zara's Lounge or something. And you could just come in and you could just talk to me about open topics. I can determine my rules. I may say that you need to have a certain amount of points. I can choose what level of audience, kind of thing. So that's the good thing about Reddit. So you can filter people. And you can say, oh, okay, I'm not going to allow new profiles which are not more than 3 months old. I'm not going to allow you to come in. So you get a better targeted audience. At the same time, if you keep on engaging in important topics, you keep on going on doing your own AMA, you can say, okay, ask me anything about this project, or ask me anything about maybe the Ethereum merge. You know, you can do open topics as an individual, but as a project, obviously you can focus on your project. And I find that the audience is much more better, and they actually, since you are putting some limitations whereby you say, okay, only if you're 3 months already, or 6 months already, or 1 year already, then only you can join the channel. It kind of makes a difference because it's more targeted. That is why Reddit is something that is often overlooked by a lot of people. But if you actually utilize it properly and do it proper, and on the other hand, there's also Reddit ads. So if you want to boost your thing a little bit, then carry on, about I
Thank
think
you
that's
very much.
there's
Let me
another
just,
question by Joanne.
yeah,
Let me just go on about finding micro influencers. So you've got a lot of micro influencers on Twitter. Focus on Twitter as a whole. I think you are in a good space completely. So just type in micro influencers, type in NFT influencers, type in this kind of things. You will definitely find a pool of them. And that's how I did. I did with an open blank profile. And can you recommend any Discord groups to join? See, usually Discord is more project based. So if you're looking at a particular project, you just go to their own Discord groups and you will see a ton of information. Even recently, I got invited to All Stars Women, and they have every weekend or so, every some days, we will have a discussion um, on Web3 as a whole. So, you know, there's different groups which are doing things, but they all come from a particular project usually. So, like I say, All Stars Women is good because they're doing diversity, exclusivity, and inclusion. And then we've got who else? Oh, there's many projects really. Any NFT projects that you go out there, there's a Discord. If you want to have a look at what people are doing, just go to like there's an NFT project which I have been watching just for the fun because they have grown amazingly big. It's called Great Goats. So Great Goats, I know the utility is not the best, but they have been doing like amazing marketing, which I liked. I enjoy watching how people do marketing. Okay, and then when we talk about, I'll go back a bit to micro influencers. So look at Twitter as a whole and YouTube. So YouTube is also important. There's a few, but you see all these micro influencers, they do charge you some amount. So if you go for micro influencers, they can charge you something from like $30 opposed to whatever amount. I mean, it goes up, but you know, $20, $30. So you know you're having, if you have a mini budget, then you just go for this and you just kind of arrange things. So you go with a couple of them, and so in the month you spread out. Maybe do 2 micro influencers posts in a week. So at least you have your word out there. In the same time, you need to have either people in your team or you hire someone who talks about your project all the time. So Twitter Spaces, make use of Twitter Spaces. I have seen amazing things happening in Twitter Spaces. And I think a couple of days ago, LinkedIn has also started LinkedIn Audio. I've not seen anybody using it as yet, but um, as we all know, LinkedIn has been an amazing place where we all have connected with each other. So try to have a look and see if it's gonna boom up. But I still like Twitter Spaces out of all. Clubhouse was popular last year for a bit, but I think it died down a lot. So yeah, just these two things, and yeah, Discord, you just have to go to the project. So if you think the project is nice, go and have a look at the Discord channel, or if you see them actually being popular, have a look at the Discord channel. You will see a lot of things. And LinkedIn,
yeah.
end of the day.
And there's,
Yep.
you know, and I think the truth is, Sarah, as well, you know, there's just so much out there, isn't there, at the moment? There's a
Yes.
lot of noise, and it's
Yep.
sifting through and finding something that works for you
Yeah.
and what your needs are. And it's about, I guess, being comfortable, you know, in that environment, I guess. And because there is so much, isn't there, out there? But I
There's
mean,
too many ways to actually do things, but you know, as I said, it depends on your budget. If you really have an in-home thing, then you just do a couple of things and you know you're getting your food out there to build awareness. But if you have a good budget, I mean, go for it. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you don't even always need a good budget either, do you? I mean,
Yeah,
you know, it's
yeah.
just about, you know, like you've said, I mean, your advice has been absolutely amazing today, and you know, found it really, really informative. I don't know if anybody else has any questions or anything. I'll just shut up now because I could talk to you all day.
Oh, you can always talk to me all day, no problem, Shelley. I've
Oh,
heard good things
fabulous.
about you from Dr. Sindhu.
Oh, fabulous. Well, then we must catch up at some point.
We must catch up for sure.
Most definitely. I'd love that. But I'm
Yeah.
going to silence myself now. Anybody else got anything?
Okay, so I guess no more questions. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. I think we've had a good session here. Thanks, Shelley. Thanks, Soumya. And yeah, I'll hand it over
Fabulous.
back to you, Soumya.
Yes,
And
Soumya,
Shelley, yeah.
my pleasure. Thank you. Soumya, take it from here.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Zaara. It's very enriching and enlightening to us. You've covered so many topics like budget, PR, Discord, projects, influencer marketing, micro influencers, Metaverse, AMAs. I mean, so it's really enriching. And I mean, we hope that one day we have this session over Metaverse, then we can physically
Definitely.
meet each other. So that
Definitely.
so expecting, I mean, like hoping that for soon.
Yeah, very, very soon. I will do that with StarMetaverse itself. We are almost there. So once things are ready, I'll definitely have a session for sure.
So thank you, Ms. Zaara. Like, it's really amazing. You're a wonderful lady, and
Thank you.
for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me here. So I'll just stay here, and I think there's going to be a next speaker, right?
Yes. Thank
Yeah,
you.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.